How's it going, guys? My name is William Ramos from Lorna Shore, and you are watching Metal Shop TV. I don't see us as being the hottest thing in metal. I just see us as us doing our thing, and so far so good. It's all working out. We're just riding the flow, though. You never can tell what's going to happen with when we put out new music, or really what people are going to think about it. So, at this point, we're just happy to be where we are. The fact that we made it here to Brutal Assault is amazing. This is a fantastic place to be. Pain Remains is a 10-song album that we just finished writing we didn't just finish writing it, but it's a whole journey. We want to take people through every kind of emotion. There's a lot of albums nowadays are just like one thing. It's very straight and to the point. We wanted to try and be a little bit more diverse. So when you listen to this album, you're going to hear there's a lot of different things that we haven't done in the past, a lot of things that we are experimenting with, but overall, I think it's some of the best things that we've ever done, and I know that I hope you guys like it, because when we listen to it, I can sit in my room and cry to it. So you guys better cry to it. So basically, the idea as far as the breakdown goes was we were in the studio, and there was like, here's this gap, do something. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It could be anything. It's when you have empty space and you're a vocalist, it's like you could do anything. You know what I mean? Like, what's it gonna be? And I remember Austin looking at me and he was like, listen, man, just do something that you like. Think of the most insane vocalist in the world. What would they do? You know what I mean? And I'm like, my favorite vocalist is like Dickie Allen from Infant Annihilator. And I'm like, you know what? He's one of my favorites. So let's pull something out that like I've been practicing for a long freaking time. And we did it once. It was just one snort first, just one snort and a scream. And they were like, dude, you need to do that like 5 more times. And then we just filled in the gap, and it came out perfect, honestly. I couldn't be happier with it. It definitely took me a long time to master what I have going on. I still don't feel that I've perfected it to a point. Like, there's always room for improvement. And even like me looking at myself, like I think that there's a million vocalists out there in the world. You know what I mean? I'm just happy that I got the opportunity to show everybody else what I got. But that being said, I'm just another vocalist out there doing my thing. I'm glad that everybody gets down with it, though. I think that's amazing. It's me, my inner high school kid, thinking if I could know that, like this is happening now from 10 years ago, I wouldn't even know how to I would be ecstatic. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's an amazing thing. Even when I was a 14-year-old and I first started screaming, I was like, there's no way anything's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, and here I am in this hallway with a Baphomet. That's a win. I take very big care of my voice. If you actually see me when we load in, I have a whole kit. It's like a giant Pelican case. I take it on the plane because sometimes it gets moved. If I have it like just in a random bag, everything gets moved around like crazy. But I have like vocal mints. I have an portable nebulizer, so I can always be like nice and moisturized. I have my inhaler because I have asthma. I have everything. It's all ready to go. You know what I mean? And I think, and that was one of the hardest things for me, like getting here in the first place. I didn't really want to join a band until I knew, like what I was doing wasn't going to hurt me in the long run. And now I've practiced it so many times, and I have all the things that I need, and it works. And that's amazing. Okay, so yes, growing up, everything that I listened to, I used to skate a lot. A lot of longboarding, like just around town. I had nothing better to do, and everything that I listened to was the whole discography of In Flames, start to finish. And when I tell you that it has left the hugest impact on me, because like I listen to other bands, you know, I listen to Suicide Silence, of course, listen to Whitechapel, Lamb of God, like all those bands you listen to, just getting like into the scene, and all the really big ones at the time, especially 10 years ago. But In Flames was that band for me that I still listen to this day, all the time. They're still amazing. We actually just played a show with them the other day, and I met Anders. Oh! I cried. I'm gonna tell you right now, I cried like a baby, and it was so sick. It was an amazing experience. In Flames, still my favorite band to this day, and I go by that forever, hopefully. I only write when, I don't have anything that inspires me specifically, but when I was in high school, I used to do creative writing and poetry class, and that's why a lot of the lyrics that I write nowadays are kind of like that, whether it be because I'm trying to or because I'm not trying to. Sometimes it just comes out like that, and I'm like, damn, we got a lot of lyrics going on here, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I only write lyrics when they come to me. Like I won't sit down and force lyrics out of me, because usually I'll do that and then I'll just end up deleting everything later, be like, this sucks, you know what I mean? But sometimes I'll just be drinking a freaking beer or something, like somewhere else in the world, and then I'm like, oh wait, something just came to me, you know what I mean? Like, let me write this down, and then I'll pull out my notes app and I go. And that's pretty much how I do it. It's not like anything specifically just sparks it. It just kind of happens, and then I feel like that's the best time to just get your words out, personally. Oh, wow. I can tell you it just happened. It was playing that show with In Flames was the proudest moment I've ever had, ever doing anything. It was amazing to even be there in that place. They asked us to come out. Again, this is something that I never thought that it would ever happen, and the fact that it did, I remember looking at Austin and I'm just like, I'm so happy that I'm here. I can't believe that I made it here. This is incredible. Being able to play shows in front of other people and seeing how the engagement that the audience has given us is amazing. It's like inspiring, you know what I mean? Like now we're like, oh man, we can't wait to put out the next stuff and see how people react to that. That's why like the album, when it comes out, I think it's gonna get a lot of attention, and you know, not just for like, you know, punching people in the head, but just like everything. That's all I can say about it. I can't go too into it, but yeah. Yes, so my neck is my favorite. I mean, it kind of combines now to be like one big neck tattoo, but that is definitely the tattoo that I'm most proud of, because I'm from Puerto Rico, or I'm actually from America, but my family is from Puerto Rico, and everything that I have going on my neck is pretty much like an ode to being Puerto Rican. Like I have a frog on one side. The frog is actually called a coqui, and if you go to Puerto Rico, you can't not hear them. They're so loud, and one says ko and the other one says ki, and so if you're like just sleeping, all you'll hear is that coqui sound like everywhere, and it's beautiful. And so that's why I got that. And then the other one is a hibiscus flower, or an amapola is what it's called in Spanish, and it is the state's or the country's national flower, and that's pretty much how it is. Like even the middle of my neck is also another Puerto Rican thing, and I think that's amazing. I'm trying to give love back to my Puerto Ricans out there. Oh wow, yeah. My first show was in a little church. It was called Reverb. I don't remember what the heck it was called, but it was horrible. Oh, the Radiant. I don't know, it was in New Jersey. It doesn't exist anymore, but it was like a church, and it was like the sound was absolutely horrible. Like you do anything, it's just reverbing everywhere. You can't hear anything properly. I think we had 15 people show up to that shit. It was, I was incredibly nervous. You know what I mean? I just remember being there and I'm like I need to sit down and do some mantras and like meditate a little bit. And it's just so funny thinking back to those times, because now I'm just like up here, just like sitting down, like, are we gonna start yet? Or like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And yeah, we're moving up from here, baby. Let's go. I'm only nervous when I go on stage like the first or second time at the beginning of a tour, because I gotta like iron out my little like shakiness, you know, but then afterwards it's just like, all right, we're just gonna do the same exact thing that we did yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. It doesn't matter how many people are in front of me because I'm still doing the same exact thing. So I was talking to Adam about this before. I was like, honestly, he was like, dude, I'm nervous. I need to drink a beer. And I'm like, you know what? We're just doing the same thing we always do. It's the same thing. I feel good now, especially on this one. Today was a fantastic day. If I wasn't a musician, I would probably, well, what I was working with before, I used to be in the film industry in New York City. So I was working a lot with like producers and just like a lot of TV shows and commercials. I don't really do movies because that was crazy, but that's pretty much what if that wasn't the ideal job, but if there was anything that I would be doing aside from this, that's where I knew I was gonna find myself, until Lorna found me. And now I found myself here.